Okay, today we are going to discuss about control statements. Okay, so what does it mean by is these statements will controls our process flow. Okay, so based on these statements, our program will be executed. So that means our program will be navigated. So this one is having 4 keywords. Control statements. So it is having 4 keywords. One is if, second one is else if, and third one is else, and fourth one is end if. These are the 4 keywords which can control our process flow. Now we'll discuss one by one. What are all these? Okay, let me start. So first of all, how it will be means I'll write the syntax. If condition equals to true, then it will run this block. Print. Otherwise it won't run this block. So how it will work means, for suppose, let me go, if 5 greater than or equals to 2. What does it mean? Here in this situation, 5 is the greater value or equal value of 2. Whether it is the true condition or false condition. This is the true. In this scenario, it will run and it will run this point of block. Print 5 is the greater value. So like this, if will work. Then so after that we have to write end if. So then this will be a block, it will work. If we forget this end if, it will give us the compilation error. So this is the syntax, we need to follow this like this. So actually this is the control structure. In this else if and else are the optional controls. For suppose here we are saying the true condition. What we can do the false condition. So if you want to give the false condition, so under this here itself you can say else print false. So here I'll put the else condition, else what it will do, print 5 is the lesser value. So in general, so what it will do means, so if the given condition is true, our program is going to execute this set of block. That means true block. If that given condition is wrong, then it has to execute the false block. But at the same time, this one is not going to execute both the blocks. For suppose, if I wrote like this, copy. So I wrote this is my program. If I execute this one, my compiler will execute both the statements. But my requirement is any one of these should execute. If the first statement is executed, the second statement should not be executed. If the second statement is executed, the first statement should not be executed. So to handle this kind of situations, we will go with this kind of control statements. So this is about if, else and else if. And what is the, sorry, if, else and end if. And next, what is the else if? So for suppose, here is a scenario. If 5 greater than or equals to 10. This is a block. So I'll say print 5 is greater value. If this is not, if this statement is true, I want to here, if this statement is false, directly I am going with the false statement. That means else block. But in this scenario, if this statement is false, then I want to check one more statement. What is that one is? Else if 5 greater than or equals to 2. This time print 2 is lesser value. Okay. So then else I will put some custom message. None of the given statements are true. End if. Like this, it will work. So here basically these two blocks are optional. If the requirement is there, you can include these two blocks. If the requirement is not there, you are not going to include these two blocks. So that's about this control statements. Now we'll check this example practically. So how we can do is, first I am taking a variable, add v number. Here I'm saying read from text, sorry, not read from text, well, let it go with the value only, and I'm giving the value as 5. I give this. Next, see here we can see a block for the if and else statements. So now I'm going to expand this block. So here lot of conditions are there for us. So here what I have to check, I have to check this variable value is greater than or equal to 10, right? So here my requirement is this v number value is greater than or equal to 10. So that's what I want to check. So now what is this v number? So here this v number is a variable. So that's the reason here in this block I need to select the option called variable. So I'm selecting this. So once I did this one, so here it will ask us like this. Then this pop-up will come. Here we have to select the variable because I want to match the variable. So we'll discuss about remaining statements as well. First, let's go with this one. Now I'm going to click on edit. So once I edited this one, here, what is the variable? Variable F2 here, v number, okay. Here, select operator. Here see, equals, not equals, includes, does not includes, greater than equals, less than or equals. These many statements are there. Now I want to check whether this V number is greater than or equals to 10. So now I'll put a message box. 5 is greater than 10. If this condition is true, then only it is going to print this particular box. So now yeah, what we can do? So control statements. See, I'm running this. It's executed, but it doesn't print this message box because the given condition is not true. But I don't know whether it's really executed or not. What happened? So for that reason, I want to know the exact status, right? So that's the reason I want to maintain a else block as well. So now here from this block, I'll drop a else command to here, and this else block, I'll say yes, less than 10. See, 5 is less than 10. It's went to the line number 5. You see, it's went to the else block. The reason, the first line, that means the given if statement is a false one. That's the reason it's went to the else block. So like this, if and else will work. So now, if this is not going to true, before going to the else block, I want to check one more condition. So at that time, what I'll do? So I'll drag this else if condition here. Once this done, so here I have to select the else if. I think wrong one it has selected. Okay, else if. In the else if, where I am performing the operations, I am performing the operations on top of the variable. So here I have to select the variable. Then I have to click on edit button. So once I'm done, so now again I'm going to check whether this V number is greater than or equals to 3. Save. Here I'll say 5 is greater than 3. So here I'll say all conditions are false. See, this time this is going to print this one. 5 is greater than 3. See, like this, it will print. If I say like this, instead of 3, if I say 7, let's see what will happen. See, all above conditions are false. Like this, our controls will be processed based on the given conditions. So, but here I am hard coding, right? So that's the reason I am going to add one more condition. V comparative number. So here I'll say 10. So again I can perform all these things. So let me take fresh if condition. If variable edit v number greater than, see here fixed value we are doing. So now I want to compare with another variable, not the direct value. So in this situation, I'll go with variable. So here the radio buttons will be there. If you want to compare with the fixed value, you can go with the fix. If you want to compare with the another variable, you can go with the variable. So here I'm selecting this. Once I selected this, here I'll say v comparative number. Save, and I'm going to copy this message box, and else block I'm going to copy this one. So in the earlier example we discussed about direct value comparison. So in the second example we are discussing about indirect value comparison, because here we are comparing two variables. In the previous example we are comparing a variable value with another fixed value. But in the second example, we are comparing a variable value with the another variable value. Okay. So I'm going to run from this step. See, all above conditions are false. Line number 13. So like this, you will compare two values. And the next condition is, I want to check multiple conditions. That means my requirement is simply this one. If 5 less than 10 and if 5 less than 7, end if. So if you want to do this, then what will happen? Let it be whatever it may be, print statement. Lesser value. So if the both the conditions are true, then only these statements will be printed. Otherwise, here else block and here else block. So like this it will be. So depends on requirement, you can use the nested ifs also like this. Again inside this if you can put one more if condition. So that depends on your requirements. You can put nested conditions like this. Again inside this you can put one more thing. Like this you can go with n number of statements in a nested manner. So like this nested if conditions will work. Next I want to check multiple conditions in a single shot. That means if 5 greater than 2 and 6 less than 10. This is a block. So in this scenario, if this condition and this condition, see here I'm saying and. So if the both the conditions are true, then only I'll execute this one. If any one of this condition is false, then I'll go with the else block. Or else, if I say or if any one of this condition is true, I'll go with the if block. If the both the conditions are true, I'll go with the if block. If both the conditions are false, then I'll go with the else block. Remember, if it is and it will execute the if block whenever the both the conditions are true. Okay, otherwise it will go with the else block. If it is or, it will execute the else block whenever both the conditions are false. If any one of the condition is true, it will go with the if block. Like this it will work. We'll see how we can declare this one practically. So again, I am going with variable here. I'll say edit f2 v number is greater than or equals to 2. I added the first condition, and where I can add the second condition. Then I'm going with, see if you go cancel, here you can see the add more conditions control. So here this bottom side. So here you have to click, then another pop-up window will open. So here you can add, you can add n number of controls. How many you want, how many validations you want to do, that many you can conditions you can include it here. Okay, let me delete. So as of now I'm just using 2. Okay, so here I'll say f2 v comparative number less than or equal to, again I'm comparing with a fixed value only, I'm not going with the variable. So if it is the variable, okay, let me go variable, again f2 v number. Okay, save. See here, if you observe, here I am saying match any. So if any one condition is true, the block will execute. Same. That's the reason if you see the condition is or statement is came. Otherwise, if I say match all, if I save it, see the condition will become and. That means both the conditions should be true. Then only the condition will appear. So here I'll put a message box or true. I'm saying this. I'm saving this. See all the conditions. Both conditions are false. Okay. The reason is, okay, then complete structure. Let me do this one. It will give you the above conditions are false only. Yeah. The reason here I'm saying the v comparative number less than or equal to v number. V comparative number, see here, is having 10 here. If you observe this one here, and v number value is 5. So one condition is true and one condition is false. That's the reason it's ran the else block, because we are doing the and, right? So if I say match any, that means or. This time see all the above conditions will become true. See, true. Like this it will work. And here, do the homework. So just try to implement the nested ifs and this multiple validations on your own. Just take the examples, whatever you thought, okay, and try to implement and submit them to me. I'll review and I'll give my inputs. So this is about the control statements with respect to variables. Apart from that, we have lot of control statements. Here see, we have the control statements with respect to files, with respect to folders, with respect to windows, with respect to application status, and with respect to script status, and with respect to task status, ping, file sizes. Lot of things are there. We will discuss about all these one by one. So this is about control statements with respect to a variable.